Hi friends! If you guys remember, a couple years ago we had a video on a new variety of mango. This mango was growing in our friend's yard, and he said that this came from a friend and it was more than 20 years ago. The friend who didn't know probably was a seedling mango, because when we looked at all the other varieties that were here in Florida, the only variety that came very close to it was Glen mango. But whenever we took this variety to growers or nurseries or sellers that were selling mango, they said that yes, it does look like Glen, it does smell like Glen, which has a wonderful smell, but it tastes much better than Glen. We could take this variety to tropical acres, and we were told that this is when Glen is at its peak, but we went around to see who has Glen at its peak, and nobody seemed to have. And this mango was always like it. It's not like one year was suddenly it was better than Glen. And the tree seemed to be growing a little differently than Glen, and the timing for ripening of the Glen was much earlier than this, which was like mid-July, or second week of July was the peak time for ripening for this variety. So we termed it Super Glen, and in the name is kind of just because it does smell like Glen, look like Glen, but it's much better than Glen. And we had taken this mango to try with Steve at Hidden Acres Mango Farm, and he said my Glen never tastes like this. So he was really impressed by the tree. Now, long story short, that friend already sold his home and most likely the tree is gone, but we were able to save some science before that happened. And the tree back there is from, I grafted it, and this is the tree, and I couldn't save any further science. I have a few in my lemon chest, but those two places are the only one. And so I was thinking who to give to. I reached out to Steve because he was really impressed with its taste, and he said for sure. And the good thing about this tree going to Steve is that Steve in 1 or 2 years will be able to sell mangoes from this tree, and people will be able to enjoy Super Glen, and hopefully they'll be able to get science off of it so that all the growers will have this variety. So, and we are moving from this place, so we can't grow here. Most of my trees that are established will stay. Hopefully someone who loves mangoes will take over this place, but the trees that are still in the pot, I'm trying to give to people who actually will respect and love and cherish the varieties that I am growing. So two varieties, this is the Super Glen and this is the Yisuan variety. Yisuan is a seedling of lemon meringue, like lemon zest is a seedling, so they are siblings. And Yisuan is considered a very tasty variety. When I asked Walter Zill, what does it taste like? Does it taste like lemon zest? Like, does it have this citrus and the classic mango combination? And he said, no, it's completely different. It's not classic, it's not lemony, it's not citrus. You have to try it to know, but it's worth growing it. And he said, yes, please grow it. Like, do not let this variety go away. Although it does have its issues. People say that it has it does get anthracnose. Ours has not, you know, I don't spray anything, like not even copper, and it has stayed good. So I think it's worth growing and seeing what kind of fruits will come out of it. So these two varieties will go to Steve, and hopefully in a couple of years you guys will be able to enjoy really tasty mangoes from this. And I'm very happy that at least it went into a home that and to a person who actually loves mangoes. For a long time we were thinking who to give this tree to, and we wanted to give it to someone who will not only appreciate this tree, love this variety, but also would be able to share it to a lot of people, the science and the fruits. Okay. Yes, but we will ask you, because people were asking, like, because I think you are the only one who actually had tasted Super Glen.
Right? Oh, really?
Right, because couldn't document at that time, and like with you, we went a couple times, and
I know we had a couple.
And
really good ones.
you also have a Glen. It does look a little different from Glen, right? Or is that
Maybe it was pretty. I mean, you could kind of tell that if it wasn't a glen, it was something closely related to glen because it was
Smell-
very similar.
Yeah, smell is
But
same.
it tasted more stronger, coconutty, sweet, whatever.
More concentrated.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can't really explain. I say, oh, it's better than Glen, but I don't know. You have to try it.
Yeah.
But now the house is gone, and the tree, I don't know. I mean,
Did they still have the tree? I mean, or did they take?
people usually just cut down, but we didn't go back because I already had the material. I thought, okay, I'll. I was hoping it would flower, but this year only
was a
2
weird
trees flowered, like Fairchild and Coconut Cream, and nobody.
It was a weird year.
Yeah.
We had mangoes, but nothing like what we should have had for 1 year. My tree being older. I had 30 to 40% of what I had the year before,
Yeah,
but I should have had double what I from the year before because my trees were bigger.
It was weird.
But, yeah.
So hopefully next year we can flower and you can sell
Yeah.
to people and see what they say.
Actually, I cleared out a space up in the front of the
Uh-huh.
farm
Yeah,
where I had some other. I think we cut down the big Sylvester palms,
yeah.
which are getting a disease everywhere.
Yeah.
So I got a room for 4 or 5 new mangoes. So I'll put
Oh, wow.
this in the ground right up
Yeah.
in front.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it was a good.
Okay. That's the when we started because we had no irrigation, nothing. And every year it was kind of somewhat wet. This year, I don't know on your side. Here, this is after 2 months it started 2 days ago. After 2 months of drought.
This should be. Usually September's our second wettest month. After June's the wettest, and then September's the second wettest. So for us it's normal. It's a lot of rain in September.
Yeah. Okay. I can bring that one. I don't think it's that.
My thing was he likes that. I get thorns of whether it's agaves or cactus or vanilla. All these.
It will just stay like this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Super Glen.
Bye bye, Super Glen. It will live in a healthier, happier home now.